My name's Adam. Everybody calls me Pilot. I grew up in Pasadena. I moved around a lot in elementary school, but the elementary schools, I guess I should say. I went to about 4 or 5 of them in Pasadena. Started painting in about 95, and I pretty much learned how to paint over off Perez Street on a little store called Big 7. I believe it's still there and open. It's a little bitty tiny convenience store. We used to go paint there every weekend for years and years. I used to breakdance when I was a kid, and we used to go breakdance at Strawberry Park right there under the pavilion. This guy from Chicago came down and he painted graffiti. And he's like, "Oh, you breakdance and you do art, you should paint graffiti." I'm like, "You do that? Like, that's a thing still?" And then he took me to a wall. He took me over to Big 7. He got permission to like paint a sign on the side, and I still remember like it was yesterday. He took a can of spray paint, and it was like True Blue Krylon. I remember like it was True Blue Krylon and almond, and he turned the can to the side and he made it fade, and it blew my mind because I was like, "How? Huh?" Like he did like this blue fade, and I realized that you can do something other than just lines and I guess little dots with spray paint, and I've been doing it ever since. So the Mini Mural project is Up Art Studios project, and they're the brainchild behind everything. They're the ones that do all the logistics and talk to the city and talk to the fire station. They make sure that they hire the people that go and prime the boxes to make it white before I go start, and then they also go back and they clear coat it. They handle all that kind of stuff, which is pretty awesome. The really cool thing about doing the stuff for the city of Pasadena is that everything that they wanted me to do was the stuff that I grew up around and seeing as a kid. I can remember like going to all of these things, especially like in high school and things like that. You know, we go to Pasadena Rodeo and check it out, and it was always a good time. I always see like tons of people that we know. It was like a lot of fun. You know, I don't have a whole lot of memories of my mom because she was killed by a drunk driver when I was 8. But I can remember going to like the Strawberry Festival with her. You know, like it was one of the things I did as a kid that I remember now. You know, it's really cool to be able to do that kind of stuff for those people. You know, so that's really, really good for me. So I enjoy traveling a little bit, but I enjoy being home, spending more time with the family. Because like I said, I paint a lot and I work a lot. You know, I work 40 to 60 hours a week. You know, depending. You know, I get called. I'm on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Something with a wire going to it breaks at that plant, they call me, and I gotta go. You know. 5 years prior to last year, I was doing a big international graffiti event called Meeting of Styles here in the Houston area, along with I had some partners. Up Art Studios helped me, and my buddy Frost helped me quite a bit. But we'd have artists from all over the world fly into Houston, and we would do a big event. You know, I think the largest one was about 250 people painting murals. That's a lot of logistics to deal with, I guess. I was doing that so I can stay home instead of traveling internationally and still paint with international artists, but it just got to the point where it was just taking up too much of my time. It's better for me just to go travel for a week or 2 weeks rather than spend every weekend for 3 or 4 months planning this event. The Russia trip was crazy. They treated us like celebrities, I guess because they're American graffiti artists. There's like over 100 artists there, right? Painting all these, we painted a 20-story building. The last day, they're having this ceremony with the concerts and whatever, but we're trying to finish up what we got going on. And I'm arguing with the lady. She's trying to get me to come over and do the opening ceremonies. And I'm like, "Nah, I don't have time, blah, blah, blah." About 30 minutes arguing with her, I'm like, I just better go. So we get over there to where there's a stage, and I'm expecting there to be 50 artists up there. Nope, me, the guy that runs it, and the guy that was with me on the lift. They had this big spray can with the thing, whatever. It's a stage with like a sea of people, right? And whenever they were speaking in Russian, so I don't know what they were saying, but at some point they had us push down on the top of the spray can, like confetti streamers shot up in the air and stuff. I was like, it was like one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. And I argued with the lady for 30 minutes not to do it. But I don't know what the situation was, why they picked me, but they were very adamant about it, which I thought was pretty cool. So because there's way better and way more famous artists than I am there, and that was I guess, an honor to be able to do something like that. The media and whatever. The whole time wearing a "Don't Mess with Texas" hat.